Okay, so let's get right into it. We talk about saving money all the time, right? We talk about budgets, interest rates, all that stuff. But today we're going to go a little deeper. We're going to talk about the wild, almost magical thing that happens in your head when you finally hit your first big savings milestone. It's a change that happens right inside your brain.
Man, I love this quote, because how true is this? For anyone who's just starting out, that first $1,000 can feel completely impossible. It's like this huge, scary mountain, and you're looking up at it thinking, there is no way I have the right gear for this. So what happens when you actually get to the top? What changes when you finally plant your flag on that peak? Well, it's so much more than just having an extra grand in the bank. Something deep inside you shifts, and that's exactly what we're going to break down.
All right, so first up, we have to talk about just how hard this first challenge really is. And listen, it's not just you. This is a huge psychological wall for almost everyone. Seriously, going from $0 to $1,000 is often the toughest part of the entire financial journey. Now, you might be thinking the biggest hurdle is just not making enough money. And yeah, that can be a factor, for sure. But the real battle, the main event, is actually happening inside your skull. See, all of us are wired with this little feature that makes saving for the future feel incredibly difficult. And this little feature has a name: temporal discounting. It sounds super fancy, but the idea is actually really simple. Your brain would rather have a small bit of pleasure right now than a much bigger reward way off in the future. It's like this ancient survival instinct that honestly is not very helpful when you're trying to think about retirement.
And this slide just nails that daily fight, doesn't it? Present you is loud, they're hungry, and they want that $20 pizza immediately. Future you, well, that person feels kind of vague, like a character in a movie you haven't seen yet. And because of temporal discounting, that instant pizza satisfaction almost always feels way more real and valuable than the idea of that same $20 sitting in a savings account.
But then, after saying no to that pizza-loving part of your brain over and over, you finally do it. You cross that $1,000 finish line. And that moment, right there, that is the psychological tipping point where everything changes.
$1,000. Look at that. That isn't just a number on a screen. It is real, solid proof that you can win the fight against your brain's short-term impulses. It's like a monument built from hundreds of tiny, tough decisions you made.
And this is the part you really got to get. It's not just a feeling of accomplishment. Your brain is literally changing. You're building new pathways, making it easier to make those good financial choices down the road. So what does that brain rewiring actually do? Well, it leads to something incredibly powerful. You start to build a completely new financial identity. You just start seeing yourself in a whole new light.
Think about it. Before, you might have told yourself, oh, I'm just a spender, or I'm just bad with money. But now, with $1,000 of hard evidence sitting in your account, your brain starts to try on a new label. You're not a spender anymore. You're a saver. You're a wealth builder. And this isn't just some positive thinking trick. It's a real identity shift because you've got the receipts to prove it.
And of course, this powerful feeling of, hey, I can actually do this. It's not just a vibe. Psychology actually has a specific name for it.
It's called self-efficacy. All it means is your personal belief that you have what it takes to get something done. And saving that first $1,000, that is like a massive shot of self-efficacy. It's the proof your brain was waiting for to finally believe that you are totally capable of managing money and hitting your goals.
So, what happens next? With this new identity and this powerful sense of self-efficacy, the road ahead just looks totally different. Suddenly, a goal that seems 10 times bigger, like $10,000, feels way more achievable.
This chart really shows it all. It's about the perceived effort, how hard it feels. Getting from 0 to 1,000, that's the tall bar. That's Everest. But going from 1,000 to 10,000, look how much shorter that bar is. It's still work, obviously, but it doesn't feel 10 times harder, not even close, because you've already climbed the first and hardest mountain.
So let's just recap why that next big goal feels so different. First, you've got cold, hard proof you can do it. That's your self-efficacy kicking in. Second, your whole identity has shifted. You're a wealth builder now. That's your new default. And third, that daily battle against the $20 pizza just gets easier because future you suddenly feels a lot more real and a lot more important.
Okay, as we start to wrap up, I want you to really lock this idea in your head. The whole struggle, that whole climb up Everest and flip-flops, it was never really about the $1,000 itself.
It was about rewiring your brain. It was about giving yourself the proof you needed to build a new identity and to believe in your own power. You weren't just saving money. You are literally upgrading your mind for every financial challenge to come.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question, doesn't it? This whole principle doesn't just apply to money. So think about it. What's the first $1,000 of learning an instrument, or getting in shape, or building a great relationship? Where in your life could one small, hard-fought victory totally rewire your belief in what's possible?